Hello guys, hello everyone. How are you doing? How have you been doing last week? Fine. Today I'm gonna show you modeling of a truss structure in a building system. Using Etabs 2016 software, I'm gonna show you the way to model a truss structure here. So before modeling the structure, firstly, I think I have to say something about the term or the word truss mean. So I'm gonna start from the definition part of my work here. So you have to follow me up carefully or focusly, okay? So I'm gonna define it for you now. The term or the word truss mean it's an assemblage of a straight member connected at the ends by a flexible connection to form a rigid configuration. This is the perfect definition of the word truss. So fine, we're fine. We gotta keep working here. So I'm gonna get started now. Okay, I'm not doing any object here. I'm not touching any object here. Rather, I'm entering to file and I'm gonna open new model. Here we go. So I do have here around three choices. So I'm gonna select or choose the third one, that is called use built-in settings. So under this main topic, I do have around four subtopics. The first one is display units. So the display units that I wanted to be is metric SI, and the next one is a steel section database to be modified. It's in Eurocode. Again, still design code also Eurocode 3 2005. And lastly, but not the least one, is concrete design code. It is to be in Eurocode 2004 again. So the reason why I have chosen Eurocode is that Eurocode matches to our EBCS code. So that's why did I choose Eurocode. So I'm gonna say here okay. Good. We're fine again. We can keep working. So here I do have around two things to modify. The first one to be modified is grid dimensions or plan, and as well as here at the right side I have story dimensions to modify. I'm gonna modify the grid dimensions or the plan first. Under grid dimensions I have again two things to modify. So the first one is uniform grid spacing, the next one is custom grid spacing. So I'm gonna choose either of them. So the one that I have already chosen is uniform grid spacing for my work to be done well. So under uniform grid spacing I have around again four things to modify. So the first one to be modified is number of grid lines in the x direction, so it is gonna be 2. And then the next one is number of grid lines in the y direction, so that is around 3. So the third one to be modified is spacing of grids in the x direction. The centers to center dimension or the spacing of grids in the x direction is going to be 6 meter. And finally, or the last one but not the least one, is spacing of grids in the y direction. Spacing of grids in the y direction is going to be 4 meter. So after having modified the left part, now I'm gonna jump to the right part. So the right one is going to be story dimension to modify. Under story dimensions I have simple story data to modify. So under simple story data I have around three things to modify. So the first one to be modified is number of stories. So the number of stories that I want to have is only 1. Under number of stories I have around two things to modify. So the first one to be modified is typical story height. So it is how much? uh, 3 3 is fine. So the bottom story height also 3 meter. So now I can say here grid only. Okay, good. So we're fine. We gotta keep working again. Okay, fine. I have here two windows. So the left side windows and the right side windows. So at the left side I have an XY plane system. At the right side I have in three-dimensional objects, or in three-dimensional view. So I'm gonna change this three-dimensional view to elevational view. So because I'm not using three-dimensional view, so I'm gonna change it to elevational view. So I want the elevation at grid 1. So I gotta say here OK or apply. So you can say either of them. Good. So what I'll do next is I'm gonna define around two things here. So those things to be defined are: the first one is the material properties, the next one is the section properties. So as to define the material properties as well as the section properties, I'm entering to the define toolbar, and then I gotta click here material properties. So I'm gonna add new materials, so I gotta click here. Good. So here I have around three things to modify. So this has to be changed to or modified to Europe, since I'm using Eurocode. So the next one is material type. So it is steel. Fine. Grade 3S355. It's fine. So I can say here OK. Good. Again OK. Okay, again. Fine. Okay. After defining the material properties, the second thing to modify is the section properties. So under section properties I have frame section to modify. So here I'm gonna import new properties. That's gonna be a steel wide flange and a steel angle. Good. So a steel wide flange. So I gotta select this one, H section 400 by 237. So I can say it OK. Good. The other thing that I'm gonna define is the angle, the steel angle section. So I'm gonna change it to a steel angle section. So this one has to be changed to a steel angle, and then I can select this one, 20 by 4. Good. So after defining the material properties as well as the section properties, so I can do I can jump to the other work to be done. So good. We gotta keep working again. Okay, fine. We can proceed forward. Now I'm gonna select the line symbol or object. So then after selecting the line symbol, what I will do is I'm gonna draw. Okay, before drawing a line here, firstly I'm entering to the draw toolbar, and then I'm gonna select the snap options, and then I have something to do here. That is, I'm gonna turn on line ends and midpoints. So then after that I can say here apply, and then close it up. Good. So now I'm gonna draw a line here from top to down. I can finish it here. Good. Then escape. Fine. So what I'll do next is I can come to the right part of the window. Then what I'll do is, again, I'm selecting a line symbol here. Then after that, what I'll do is I gotta draw a line from top to down. Good. So we're fine. Again, we can keep working. So I gotta click here again, line symbol, then in the property I have something to change here. That is gonna be the one that I defined before. That is called here H section 400 by 237. Good. Then after that I'm gonna draw a line horizontally. Good. Again, selecting a line symbol, I can draw a line, an inclined line. Okay. Good. Then after that what I'll do is I'm selecting these two objects, and then I'm coming left up to divide frames. Then after that I'm gonna divide the frame into 3 parts. Apply. Good. So I'm gonna draw a line from bottom to top. Good. Then after that again selecting a line symbol, I have to draw one more line here. Good. Then what I'll do next is, I gotta select those 2 lines and also this one. What I'll do next is again selecting divide frames. Then I'm gonna select the middle one. I can say here apply or okay. Good. So I'm gonna trim or cut these 2 lines off. Okay, cutting or trimming these 2 lines off is our work to be done next. Good. I'm entering to edit toolbar, then I can delete them. Sorry. Good. Select this line also, and then divide frames. Good. Now I can trim or cut 2 lines off. Good. So we're fine. We gotta keep working again. So what I'll do next is again selecting the line symbol, then I gotta change the H section to the angle section. Then I'm gonna draw an inclined line here. Again selecting the line symbol, I have to draw an inclined line, one more inclined line here also. Sorry. So then after doing that, the next thing that I'm gonna do is now I gotta select this all objects, and then what I'll do next is I'm coming left up to replicate symbol here. Then after that I'm gonna select this one. Then it says pick 2 points. Okay, I'm gonna pick 2 points on model or on the plane. So then after that I can say here okay or apply. Good. So we've done well. So the next one that I'll do is I gotta duplicate or I gotta copy this object to in the y direction. So I'm gonna select it first. Then after selecting the object, what I'll do is duplicating the object horizontally, I mean in the y direction. So so as to do that, what I'll do is, again I'm coming up to replicate symbol. Then what I'll do is using this one, the linear one. It says here dy to mean the dimension in the y direction, so it's gonna be, as I defined before, 4 meter. Then here it says the number of frames that I'm gonna duplicate is around 3. Then after that I can say here okay. Good. So I can change this plane system to the three-dimensional object. Okay, 3D. Good. So what I will do next is uh, I'm gonna select these all frames, and then I'm gonna divide them into three equal parts. So I'm coming left up to divide frames. Then what I'll do is dividing them into three equal parts. Good. So we've done that. What we will do next is so I'm gonna select the joints here. Good. Fine. We're doing good. So we gotta keep working again. Good. 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 And then what we will do is so I'm coming here extrude joints to frames. So here I'm gonna say 4 meter in the y direction. The number of frames to be duplicated is 3. Then I can say okay here. Good, we've done. So on the other hand, what I'm gonna do is here again selecting the frames. Then what we will do next is fine. I expect you're following me focusedly, so I can keep working. Good. So fine. So what I will do next is again coming left up to here extrude frames to shells or slabs. So I gotta click here. Then after that I gotta modify or change this 3 to 4 meter in the y direction. Then again this one is 3. Then after that saying okay or apply. So we've done. So we already modeled a truss here. So we're done here for today. In the next section or class I will show you the analysis and also the design of a truss structure in a building system. So for today we gotta stop here. So see you later. Finally I want to deliver some message that is, as usual, don't forget subscribing and sharing this video after watching it. So bye bye. See you later.